Please let us be wrong about these. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 2020 movies that might suck.
Now you will believe.
For this list, we're looking at movies scheduled to come out in 2020 that we have an iffy feeling about. We're not saying these movies are going to suck. We're actually hoping they take us by surprise. Based on behind-the-scenes conflicts, the talent involved, and what we've seen so far though, we'd be lying if we said there wasn't cause for concern.
Good evening. I'm Mr. Rurik. Let me officially welcome you to Fantasy Island.
Number 10, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
My grandfather died. My mom says we're just here to pick through the rubble of his life.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Honestly, we're not sure what to make of the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. On the one hand, it definitely looks more ambitious than the 2016 reboot. On the other hand, it doesn't really look like Ghostbusters either. It looks more like Stranger Things, and not just because it stars Finn Wolfhard. Then again, Ghostbusters was a definitive 80s movie, and it clearly had an impact on Stranger Things.
All right, that's the last one. No, just one more. Come on, please. Can I go to school? Wait. Okay, say, who are you gonna call? No.
So maybe this film will bring things full circle? It's still unclear how this sequel will connect to the first two films, or how prominently the original cast will be featured. With Jason Reitman keeping Ghostbusters in the family though, we're curious yet cautious. We'll just have to wait and see if there's any life left in this franchise.
I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Number 9, Monster Hunter. The good news is the Paul W.S. Anderson era of Resident Evil movies is apparently over. The bad news is that Anderson's next project is Monster Hunter. Why has Anderson become Screen Gem's go-to guy for movies based on Capcom games? It's like when Hollywood entrusted LJN with every other licensed game. Granted, Anderson's first Resident Evil movie was kind of a guilty pleasure, but we didn't need 5 sequels, and we're not sure we need a Monster Hunter movie either. While the games do show some cinematic potential, does Anderson really have the storytelling chops to build upon this world? Maybe if Geralt of Rivia opens a portal and we get a crossover with the Witcher Netflix series. Hey, we can dream.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh.
Number 8, Morbius. Venom was one of the more divisive comic book adaptations of recent memory. While critics panned it, audiences generally seem to have a good time. We're anticipating a similarly polarizing reaction to Morbius, the second film in Sony's Marvel universe.
I should have died years ago. Why am I still here if not to fix this?
The titular vampiric anti-hero is being played by Jared Leto, a casting choice we could see going two ways. When we think of Leto in superhero movies, his infamous turn as the Joker in Suicide Squad immediately comes to mind.
This bird is baked. Okay, honey, it's me and you.
Let's do it.
To play devil's advocate, Leto is a gifted actor, and director Daniel Espinosa could put those gifts to more effective use. Just as Ryan Reynolds went from Green Lantern to Deadpool, Leto may find redemption by ditching DC for a Marvel character.
I went from dying to feeling more alive than ever. Increased strength and speed. The ability to use echolocation.
Number 7, Free Guy.
Hey, bud, you ever think that there's gotta be more?
More than what?
The stuff we do day after day.
Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, he's the main thing that Free Guy has going for it. The setup is also clever, centering on an NPC played by Reynolds in an open-world game. When Reynolds' character becomes aware of his surroundings, he rises up as an unlikely hero in a world that mixes elements of Fortnite and GTA.
Today's gonna be different.
Hi.
God, this isn't you. You don't do this, man.
Maybe I do.
Dude, this is scary.
He's just resting.
There's just one thing that gives us major pause. It looks a lot like Pixels, another comedy inspired by video game tropes. We all hoped that Pixels would deliver on its inventive premise, but ultimately got one of the decade's worst movies.
That was some twisted Pinocchio Geppetto stuff right there.
Well, Reynolds already defied the odds with one video game movie, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that Free Guy is this year's Detective Pikachu.
Is that a Glock in your pocket?
No,
What?
it's 2 Glocks.
Number 6, Snake Eyes. The live-action G.I. Joe movies haven't had the best track record. The Rise of Cobra and Retaliation were about as compelling as the Transformers sequels. Much like how Transformers turned over a new leaf with Bumblebee, though, it seems like the G.I. Joe franchise is trying to do something similar. Instead of a big ensemble piece, this prequel provides an origin story for the mysterious Snake Eyes. It's also refreshing to see a diverse cast with Henry Golding starring as the titular ninja. Since he's not the most emotive or talkative character, however, a Snake Eyes movie won't be easy to pull off. Here's hoping the filmmakers will take a page from The Mandalorian, keeping the hero silent but deadly, and the story visually driven. Number 5, My Spy. From Kindergarten Cop to The Pacifier to Mr. Nanny, it feels like every cinematic tough guy has starred in a family-friendly comedy as some kind of babysitter. So it was only a matter of time until Dave Bautista did a movie like My Spy.
Are you CIA?
How'd you get in here?
Oh, okay, she has a camera. She might be streaming.
If Kim finds out we got made by a 9-year-old, my career's over.
What's the option?
Kill her. Make it look like an accident. Yeah, maybe the stairs.
Bautista plays a CIA agent at the mercy of a 9-year-old girl. Hijinks naturally ensue, but will hilarity?
We can cut a deal. I want you to teach me how to be a spy.
But just to be clear, this is a one-time arrangement. Never again.
Pinky promise.
This action comedy was already released in Australia in January, receiving mixed reviews. And yeah, we can imagine why. The fact that its US release was delayed from August 2019 to March 2020 doesn't bode well either. We wouldn't be entirely shocked if this wound up being an audience favorite regardless, but don't expect its name to be called on Oscar nomination morning.
What is he doing?
This looks like the wedding at the end of Shrek.
Number 4, Sonic the Hedgehog. In all fairness, the studio and filmmakers deserve credit for pushing this movie's release back to give Sonic a much-needed redesign.
I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package. On my planet, people were always after my powers, so I came to yours.
That original design seen in the first trailer continues to haunt our nightmares. While Sonic's updated look is infinitely better, there are still a dozen reasons to be worried. James Marsden's presence makes the movie seem an awful lot like Hop.
I'm special! I mean, I'm really special. See? Jelly beans? No way.
Except with a hedgehog instead of a bunny.
Oh my God, stop the car right now! What? The world's largest rubber band ball? We gotta see it!
No, this is not some fun family road trip.
You're right. It was lame. Gift shop was cool, though.
Jim Carrey is basically playing Jim Carrey, playing Dr. Robotnik. The footage released thus far only vaguely resembles the games, with neither Tails nor Knuckles anywhere to be found. Who knows? It's possible that everything will miraculously come together in the end, but there's a reason why video game movies always have us skeptical.
How are you not dead?
I have no idea!
Number 3, Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway. We were admittedly surprised that 2018's Peter Rabbit wasn't a disaster like the internet predicted.
Because that's his character flaw. He goes along with everything I say, no matter how stupid and reckless it is.
Yeah, it lacked the timeless appeal of Beatrix Potter's books and was clearly meant for a younger demographic. But compared to Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Smurfs, and other modern takes on classic characters, it at least had some charm and a few laughs.
Yay! No. It's an old woman in a hat, you see. I just assumed she would have re-entered at that exact moment.
That being said, just because a movie could have been a lot worse doesn't mean we needed a sequel. Nevertheless, Peter Rabbit 2 is on its way and we really could not care less. Maybe it'll improve upon the first movie, or maybe it'll be just another lazy kids flick.
Well, la-dee-da. I didn't realize I was with a bunch of sophisticates.
As far as talking animal movies go, we're just praying it's better than Dolittle.
Nobody
Nobody told me there'd be a dragon!
I'm too beautiful to die.
Number 2, The New Mutants. Dark Phoenix technically wasn't the last X-Men movie from 20th Century Fox. We mean 20th Century Studios. As the title suggests, this standalone spin-off shifts the focus to a group of new mutants with a horror twist.
What's the last thing you remember, Danny?
Sounds pretty cool on paper, but the failure of Dark Phoenix is just one reason why our faith has withered. The teaser landed in October 2017, so why has it taken nearly 2.5 years for this movie to come out? Short story, Hollywood happened.
All of you are dangerous. That's why you're here.
Long story, reshoots resulted in the release date being pushed back multiple times, and Disney's acquisition of Fox did not help. Even if the film does surpass expectations, it's highly unlikely that Disney will pursue a sequel, with the MCU.
This place takes your greatest fear and makes you live through it until it kills you. Who's there?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Chaos Walking.
Again.
An adaptation of Patrick Ness's novel From Edge of Tomorrow, with director Doug Liman that stars Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley? Sign us up! That's what we all said back in 2016 when Chaos Walking started gaining momentum. It subsequently developed a reputation as one of modern cinema's most troubled productions, however. Lionsgate reportedly found the film's original cut, quote, unreleasable. Due to pitiful test screenings, it was announced in April 2018 that the film was to undergo reshoots, which apparently didn't commence for another year. While the reshoots might be worth the wait, the YA craze has fizzled out since this film was announced, and its 2 stars are getting a tad old to pass as teens. Is Chaos literally walking towards a theater near you?
I feel something.
You feel it?
Yes, I feel it.
That's the force.
Really?
Wow, it must be really strong
Oh,
with
I've
you.
never felt anything. Ow!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.